Warning, this video may cause intense cravings and spontaneous trips to Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Sizzling skewers, aromatic spices, and mouth-watering delicacies. Welcome to Vietnam's hidden culinary wonderland. Forget the tourist traps. We're diving deep into Ho Thi Ky market, a local secret bursting with flavors most travelers miss. Grilled horseshoe crabs and its eggs have got to be one of your very first stops. This odd-looking crab is prized for its medical uses. Its blood is used for making drugs like vaccines. In Vietnam, though, it's a delicacy. While not having much by way of meat, which is chewy and savory like lobster, the rich-tasting eggs are to die for. Once boiled, the bottom of the crab is snipped open with scissors to reveal its egg clutch. Scallion oil is drizzled all over the eggs and finished with fried shallots and peanuts. Next, clear up the plate for some oysters. The chef skillfully shucks the oysters. Then the oyster, with half a shell, is placed directly on the grill. The shell's half acts as a mini pot and boils the creamy flesh inside. Cheese sauce as well as scallions slathered onto tiki oyster before it's topped with fried shallots and peanuts. And there you have it. Giant snails may sound like it's right out of a movie, but it's yet another tasty snack here at the night market. The snail is taken out of its shell and cut into bite-sized pieces, then placed atop the shell again. The snails are often used as mini ovens on the grill to heat up the meat. To serve, it's dressed with a marinade of fish sauce, chili, and sugar. Sea urchins look totally inedible on the outside, but the tasty part is actually within its spiky shell. A fresh egg is cracked into the chopped-up urchin before cheese sauce is added. For a pre-meal show, you'll see the chef uses a blowtorch to speed things along, too. The meat is filled with an umami creaminess that'll definitely make your taste buds sing. Curious about the taste of giant squid? For under $5, you can dive into the massive antennae, grilled to perfection, and infused with the deep, savory flavors of fish sauce. Served alongside fresh cucumbers and coriander, it's a hearty and flavorful experience. How about a giant brown crab for the whole family? It looks rather dramatic, but it's merely boiled until the shell turns the telltale brick red. You're handed a few shell-cracking tools, and you can get to work taking out the rich, buttery-tasting meat inside. Nowhere else will you find such a treat for $20. Let's indulge our taste buds a little. From freshwater prawn to chicken feet and avocado ice cream, you'll get an awesome mix of savory and sweet flavors for today's little adventure into Ho Thi Ky market. Stick to the end of this section to know how much the whole thing will cost. First up, we need an appetizer. Coiled potatoes will do the trick just right. You have skewers of spiral-cut, deep-fried potatoes that are seasoned with assorted spices and flavorings. Think of it like potato chips, but much, much fresher. Now, let's eat a giant freshwater prawn. This one's costly, but worth every penny. After selecting a fresh prawn from a tank, it's baked in an oven and stuffed with chili oil and cheese. It's baked for an extra stint until the cheese turns nicely melted and unbelievably yummy. For $4, it's not all that bad of a main course. And we can't leave without trying chicken legs. Deboned and boiled, they're served together with hot plum, calamansi, red chili, and lemongrass. You can also try the grilled version for a smokier and more savory flavor. And they'll be more attractive anyway. Last but not least, a refreshing avocado ice cream will do for dessert. It's a perfect way to cool down after all that savory food. A serving will also come with a bunch of nutty toppings ranging from dried coconut shaving and fresh coconut meat. Hard to believe, but so far, we've spent less than $10. If you've ever thought the bone is totally inedible, this chef will prove you wrong. Here, a beef bone is broken in half to reveal the soft, creamy marrow inside. Locked inside of the bone is the marrow, a soft and fatty area that acts as the core for the bone. When you order, the chef will pick one from the batch and immediately puts it onto the dry heat of the coal grill to cook. Watch closely as the spongy marrow simmers in its container, the bone itself. That's not all, though. To speed things along, when the marrow begins to bubble, the chef will bust out a blowtorch and sear the marrow directly. The heat blast will cause the marrow to caramelize. You can tuck into your grilled marrow at this point, which will be rich and melt like butter on the tongue. The smoky char from the grill adds a ton of depth to it, too. That's not the best way to enjoy it, though. Once cooked, it's topped with a little bit of scallion oil, with a side of the chef's special sauce. Each element complements the marrow perfectly, giving this delicacy a brilliantly luxurious mouthfeel. And guess how much one of this special treat will set you back? It's about $4 for the smaller ones and $5 for the large ones. Not a bad way to end the day, isn't it? Soft, rich, and creamy as custard, mixed with savory meat and herby scallion. Let's end our food adventure on a light and wholesome note with a few grilled egg bowls. Greeting you at the stall, other than the friendly owner, will be bowls of what seem to be a very complicated-looking soup. These will eventually turn into these after a short stint on the grill. So, what's inside? The tiny yolks inside are from quail eggs. There are sliced sausages, sautéed scallion, and onion. As for the soupy-looking liquid, well, those are the egg whites. But no worries, you're not going to eat them raw. Call in an order, and the chef will put the bowl right on the grill. In the heat, the egg whiten, and all the other ingredients get their chance to cook and become fragrant too. In just a few minutes, you'll have yourself a small bowl of grilled egg, hot and fresh, a touch of sauce, a dash of dressing, and some diced scallion to go. That's when you got yourself a full serving of grilled egg bowl. Also served at this stall are grilled butter bread, which can be a superb side to your egg bowl. Pair it together with some toppings like sausages and boiled quail eggs, and you got yourself one heck of a dinner. And no worries, we haven't forgotten about our earlier promise of showing you what's possibly the most bizarre-sounding food here. If you still have some room in your stomach after the several grilled egg bowls and buttered bread, this next food will do awesome as an appetizer. Fried fish stomach. Sure, we get it. Fish stomach might sound like a tough bite to swallow, but in Vietnam it's a delicacy for a reason. Deep fried in a crispy panko coating, it strikes the perfect balance between chewiness and crunch. Finished with a tangy tamarind chili sauce, it's the perfect way to wrap up unforgettable days at Ho Thi Ky's hidden food market. Talk about stretching your budget. By diving into this local gem, you've just out-eaten 99% of tourists who set foot in Vietnam. So go ahead, swagger out of Ho Thi Ky with your head held high and your belly full of secrets. You're not just a visitor anymore, you're a certified Vietnamese street eats connoisseur.